Hey there! I am glad you found this replay. Thanks so much for jumping on. My name is Christine, and I'm the how-to girl that will figure things out for you. I'll break it down, and I'll teach it to you in Cliff Notes so that you can be a greater success in your business. Been doing that for the past 15 years. The past 7 years, I've been able to do that and help other people become millionaires in their own home businesses. So if you want to follow me, I've got a lot of business techniques that will help you excel yourself forward so that you don't have to keep figuring it out. Just follow me and I'll get that for you so that you can have that success. And now we are going to be running tonight the top 10 mistakes people make in their businesses on social media that kill their business. You won't want to miss number 10. Number 10 is the most important step and the one that people fail to do. So I'm glad you guys are jumping on. Hey, check it out. We got a lot of people jumping on here live. And this, of course, is a live Periscope. And I've got some great news of something else that I am going to be able to involve you guys as well on my Periscopes, that I want to be able to feature you on my podcast and my Periscope. So hold on, I'm going to be talking about that in a second. Hey there from Dallas. I'm wearing Dallas blue right now, so hopefully you guys are feeling good tonight. Thanks so much, Nicole. I really appreciate you. Very kind. Hey, Sally from Virginia. So we got a lot of people jumping on, and again, we are going to be talking about the top 10 mistakes people make on social media that kill and crash their business and leave them wondering, why doesn't this work? Why this isn't working for me? It's the company, it's the products, it's my upline, or whatever it is. Always a blame, and I'm going to help you guys with that. I got top 10. Number 10 is a doozy and one you will not want to miss. Hey, if you are an Apple user or Android, I'm going to tell you something. If this is a topic that you think will be very valuable for people that you help in their businesses or just in general, building their businesses online, all you do, Apple users, swipe to the right. If you're an Android user, you're going to swipe up. But you'll see a share button. It's down about right on this side, but you got to scroll down a little bit after you swipe. Click share and share this off. I want to get as many people on this scope so that they can really stop the whole hamster wheel of figuring out social media, because social media is a monster. So I'm glad you guys are jumping on. Oh, thanks so much there. Anne, I think that was your name. I was trying to read it real quick. Oh, that's another thing. If you're new to Periscope or new to me, thanks so much for finding me. Thank you so much there, Winobi Fitness. Appreciate it. Here's some things that are going to help your scoping experience be even more enjoyable. First of all, if you want me to say your name, it's sometimes easier if you put your question in the comments or whatever you want to say, and then put is just like Courtney did just there. Hey there, Courtney. Good to hear from you. The other thing, you see these fluttering hearts? There's two. Boo. Nobody wants to do it for me? Are you all paralyzed right now? You can't do it. 2 more, 3, 4. Phew. Thank you so much. See those fluttering hearts? That means that out of all the people that are jumping on, they're tapping the screen. The more you tap the screen, the more fluttering hearts. What that lets the broadcaster know is that these are great topics and they will continue to teach on these topics. For me, what I do is I go back and I review the scopes that I've done, and I review the hearts that I've gotten on certain topics so I know which ones to focus on to teach more on. Because of course, I don't want to keep doing scopes on stuff people don't want to know. So the more you tap the screen throughout the whole broadcast, even in this recording, you can also give hearts. That lets me know these are great. And it also lets the broadcaster know, thank you, pretty much. Thank you for preparing all night to be able to teach. Stuff like that. Because we prepare. We set up, we get a little bit ready just to kind of get on. So I appreciate you guys. There's tones, they just freeze sometimes, definitely. Texas in the house, awesome, good to see you. Virginia Beach, thank you so much, Katie, for telling everybody to heart it up, and I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely, you know what, there's going to be some trolls on here, so of course, you can always block the trolls that say something that just is jerky wise, and you know what, that's just what Scope does. It brings on some of the trolls, and I'm not bothered by it. I don't care. I don't ever get offended by that stuff. So appreciate you guys. We are going to jump into the topic here and go into the top 10, and I'm glad you guys really like the Pick Monkey scope that I did. That is helpful to teach you how to erase the backgrounds out of your pictures. If you are not too sure exactly what I'm talking about, what you want to do is go to my YouTube channel and follow that, because I upload all my scopes on there so that, I'm just trying to adjust this a little bit so you're not getting so much of my shelves back there. so that you can go through and watch all of them so that you can catch up on any of the topics that you may have missed. All right, so awesome. Great to see you guys. I'm not seeing the trolls things just yet. I mean, they may be saying some stuff, but I'm not catching it just yet. But when I do, I'll be able to hit that and block them as well. All right, so let's get started. The top 10 that I'm going to be sharing with you on the mistakes people make on social media. So we're freezing a little bit, slowing down. I totally will. I'm just getting my intro out. When we get to the meat of the topic, I'm going to slow down so you guys can see that. So freezing typically is your connection, because if you see that the comments are still flowing, usually it's just some sort of connection. I'm still going to be live, and the replay will always still be current and live, so I think we're good with that. All right, so let's get started. The top 10 mistakes that entrepreneurs, business owners make on social media that will crash their business. Let me give you some background. So those of you who are just jumping on, I'm glad to see some of you are on. Again, my name is Christine, and I've been an independent contractor working in my own home businesses for the past 15 years. So for the past 15 years, I haven't worked for really anyone else. I did work for Chalene Johnson's company, but I was an independent contractor still with her. I was not full-time salary. The other part is the past 7 years, I've now worked in network marketing. In all those years, I've been able to groom and study how to effectively market your business as an independent contractor, how to build a brand and a following within yourself, how to get the referral network working for you. I've been able to help many people by studying it for so many years and, of course, implementing it, have success in online businesses for that reason. So this past 7 years, of course, working in network marketing myself and helping and groom other people. I have the largest organization within the health and fitness company that I'm a part of, the largest in the whole company. We have the most amount of successful people in the company are within my organization. We have the most amount of millionaires. We have the only multimillionaires, as well as the highest achieved. So all of that, we're not founding coaches. That's all not by accident. I know everything is specifically planned, so I want to share with you a lot of the steps that I see people making. All right, let's get going. First step. The first problem that a lot of people do is they will post about anything. So the first problem that they'll do, number one, is they will post about anything. If you just go ahead and scroll on some of your feeds, whatever ones you're following, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if you're just checking them out, even Pinterest, each platform has a way of life. And if you try to cross-pollinate some of the content onto those different platforms and think it's going to work, it's not, first of all. That's a whole other topic. It's basically like having a birthday party for your grandma, which we talked about earlier today, and coming to the birthday party dressed up in your best Halloween costume because you thought everybody was coming in a Halloween costume. Everyone would be like, why are you in a Halloween costume? It's grandma's birthday party. So you got to come to the party appropriate. And a lot of people don't treat their Facebook message or Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, social media sites appropriately. So the first mistake, is just posting about anything just to talk. If you can't efficiently put up a post that is going to be offering value, communication, or some insight into helping someone, showing something about your life, or really of being of value, it's pointless to even put a post up. And you know what? Facebook constantly changes their analytics. And I personally think that they constantly change it to keep us guessing, because people figure it out and then they teach it. And so then I think Facebook just changes it again. So we have to refigure it out all over again. So the problem, a lot of people will just put up status updates and they treat their page like it's just a brain dump. Now, first of all, Facebook, and I can't verify this, but in the studies that I've been studying, that if you put up too many posts comparative to how many people that you have following you, your posts are actually going to be decreased to be seen. So for instance, I have, I think, 61,000 people following me on Facebook. And if I put an over amount of posts that don't offer value, so basically communication on the post, if people are not commenting on it, sharing it, or liking it, if I put too many of those posts up, Facebook actually doesn't show my posts to enough people. I don't know what the percentage is, but it shows your post. You basically get X amount per day by their set standards. And when you put too much up, especially of lesser value, you get basically erased back in the back end and no one's going to see your stuff. So that's the first thing to think about. But really, do we need to know where you're going today to go grocery shopping? Or do we need to ask a silly question? What's your favorite shoe? Like, really, do we need to ask that? Is that offering value? I'm not saying not to ever put something up there that's silly or that's going to give a little peek into your life, because yes, you do want to do that. You do not want to treat, say, for instance, Facebook only as just a business page. You definitely want to give insight into who you are as a person, but you have to be very careful on crafting those. So a lot of people are saying, is it once a day? I can't answer that for you. And this is a like page predominantly. Those of you who are building a business and using a profile page, be careful, because on Facebook, that is a big wild animal that they do not want people on profile pages building a business and promoting a business. They will put you under lots of blocks and lock you out of doing a lot of things if they find out. So thanks so much, Gina. I appreciate that. So the thing is that when you are trying to figure out what your ratio is for posting, you have to gauge about how many followers or likes that you have so that you can gauge to see what is the right number in terms of analytics. So if you're building a business and you're not using a like page on Facebook, you are just silly. Like, that's just silly, stupid, first mistake, I guess bonus mistake. That's what you definitely need to do. All right, yeah, Facebook jail. You can't fight Facebook jail. Here's a story that happened actually in December. So in December, I don't use a profile page. What I've actually been doing lately, just because my profile page is kind of just a place I don't really put my business on. I want everybody on my like page. So in December, 3 weeks left of the month, I can't even tell you how many people, but it wasn't just entrepreneurs that were in my business that I do, but multiple other MLMs and network marketing businesses out there. Facebook did like a push of the button lockdown on multiple entrepreneurs' like pages. So I have a like page that they were unable to post in groups. For some reason, there was no real reason to figure out exactly why did they do that. They just set up their own rules and say, let's just do this. You can't argue with them. We just don't know. We don't own it. So you don't pay for it. You don't own it. You can't complain about it, period, right? That's why you can't build your business on a free site. You can't build your business on a free site. That's a whole other topic. So in December, for 3 weeks, I was unable to post in any groups. I was managing my coaches in there. I had some groups I was training people in, and it was so painful. I was like, I don't know what to do. And what I ruled out, and a lot of people said it was because you're posting on your profile page business stuff. No, I'm not. I wasn't. The profile page was dead. I never posted over there. So the thing is that, and yes, I do pay for ads. I don't know if that question was for me, but I do ads. So yes, I do give Facebook money. So what I ended up kind of ruling out was if you're an admin to too many groups, Facebook red flags that and they will put you on lockdown. So be careful about how many admins of groups you are in. And at that time I was in 30 plus, and I tried to get it as close down to 10 as possible. So get rid of being an admin, because that could be a problem on your business. But that's not what we're talking about. So we're talking about just posting about anything. Look how you guys got me off topic. That goes to Pinterest. Pinterest is a different animal. Same with Instagram. So let's compare Facebook and Instagram. So many times people will live cast on Instagram. That's not what that platform's for. That platform is specifically for brand. So you need to only post exactly what someone wants to see from you. So if you've got nothing to say that's going to offer value or show something super cute and funny or some recognition about someone else or giving props or just saying like, it's our 10-year anniversary. People love celebratory things. First of all, people love to give congratulations. Do that type of activity. But if you're just going to say, I got nothing to type about tonight. Oh my gosh, what am I going to put up there on LinkedIn? Oh, yikes, Google Plus, what do you want to hear from me tonight? And I just say, so what kind of phone case do you use? Like just putting empty content, and it's going to be distracting, and people are like, I don't care. Sometimes they will just be distracted and move on. So step number 2, the biggest mistake. All right, you guys ready? Instagram for branding, interesting. Oh yeah, this is a whole other topic that I could talk about on how to best use each social platform and figure out exactly how you should show up for each party because they're all different. Thank you so much for all those hearts. This must mean this is a good topic for you. Social media marketing always is a good topic. All right, mistake number 2. You guys ready for it? Let me know, or if you have any other questions, give me a thumbs up if you're ready for it, or say yes. Let me know, or if you have a question, still type them down and I can answer that question before we move on. So everyone's kind of quiet, not letting me know if I should move on or if you have questions. So number 1 was basically just posting about anything, just being random and not being specific with quality posts. Okay, perfect. I see a lot of you guys are ready to go. Mistake number 2, not committing for the long term. So not committing for the long term. What that means is, of course, that you are excited about the platform. Many of you guys are excited about this platform and you're on it and you're all up in it. And then eventually it wears off and you just don't post anymore yourself and you don't go on anymore and you kind of let it fall off. So you can be crazy excited about something coming out and you could be putting a lot of content there trying to draw a following, but it's about whole consistency, of course. But the whole longevity is staying consistent, putting up that quality information, and learning the platforms. You have to really learn the platforms and how it works, but also what the reputation of it is, as well as what people want from that. So again, the first one, again, is just posting about anything. And the second one is not committing for the long term. That's a huge mistake. Yeah, very wishy-washy, definitely, Shannon. So those are big things that I see a lot of people doing. I'm going to go to number 5, and then after 5, I'm going to tell you guys about something that I just signed up for that I want to be able to start testing out here with Periscope, and I'm thinking it's kind of exciting. I haven't heard anybody do this yet, so I'm never going to say, I'm the first, because probably there's a bunch of other people doing it. I just don't follow them, but I want to do something that will help you guys be more interactive, okay? So any other questions in regards to those first 2 steps? Huge things. I've done them. Oh, you know what? There's going to be stuff on here that we've all done, and I've done them too, and you will still do some of them, and then you just have to be like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. It doesn't work. So many platforms that overwhelm, and that's actually one of the steps on here we're going to be talking about. So awesome. Thanks so much. And again, if you guys are just jumping on, my name is Christine, and I'm the how-to girl that will figure out something for you. I will break it down in Cliff Notes and help you be able to systematize and duplicate that within your organization so that you have greater success. I think I like this light better. My computer just turned off. I think I'll keep this light on for me. All right, so stay tuned. Let's keep going. Number 3, the third biggest mistake. So again, number 10 is the most important. So you got to make sure you stay for number 10. And I'm going through these as quick as I can while I answer a lot of questions. How do I know how to use each platform? That's a great question, and I should write that down. Oh, no, I'm not going to write down because I always look at your comments after, and I tweet you after. I don't know if you guys do or don't know that, but I do tweet some of y'all after. All right, so we'll talk about the usage of certain ones in a bit, but let's now go into the third biggest mistake, is not having a good avatar or headshot or having a consistent one across all of your social media platforms. So more than just your headshot, but also your name. So if you're following me, pretty much on every social platform, this is what I do. When something opens up, so for instance, when Periscope first opened up, what I like to do is I like to go and open up an account and just get my name, whether I know if I'm going to use it or not. So for instance, I do have a Vine account and I have put some stuff up there. I put some workouts and stuff like that up there. I really didn't dive deep into Vine because my target market's not there. So right now I don't need to invest in so much in putting so much energy into Vine. I want to make sure I'm focusing on where my target market or my niche is, because that's, of course, where I'm going to get the bang for the buck. So the third biggest mistake is the picture, your headshot, and pictures all in general. If you have the ability to put more pictures in that social media platform, do it. People want to stalk you aside from just the one picture that you put up. But if you look at all my platforms, mine are all Christine Dwyer, with the exception of 2 that I can think of. One of them is Facebook. So my Facebook, I could not get facebook.com/Christine Dwyer, because some other Christine Dwyer has it and she doesn't build anything on Facebook. She doesn't even do anything with that. I'm like, come on, I want that. So I have to be Coach Dwyer over there on Facebook. And then the other one is Pinterest. I didn't get my name on Pinterest either. I have Christine E. Dwyer. So I'm not happy about that, because you should have your name branded across as many platforms as possible. And then your picture should be about the same. So it doesn't need to be exactly the same picture, but it needs to be alike so that someone knows they're following the right person and they start to remember who you are. Here's the thing. Right now in your mind, I want you to call up the headshot picture of someone that you visit every day on social media platforms. So without going to the sites, of course you guys can't because you're locked in Periscope unless you leave. Can you picture what their headshot is? Of course you can, because the consistency of that headshot gets burned in your brain. So the big mistakes with your headshots and your avatar and your names is too much change of it. So you're either having a picture of you and your sister. Which one's you? People don't know. Just because you know who your sister is and who you are, that's great. But when someone's discovering you new for the first time and they start looking at your content and what you say, they're trying to guess, who's Christine in the picture? Is it the brown-haired girl or is it the blonde? I'm not really too sure which one it is. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone to someone's Facebook page or some other site where they've got their avatar and they've got someone else and you're trying to figure out, who is this person? I don't know which one I'm talking to. Think of anyone famous even. So for instance, my mentor, Chalene Johnson, she's had the same headshot for a long, long, long time. So you can, of course, change them. So is logo okay or picture of yourself best? Let me give you this example. So the thing with a logo, if you specifically have a company page and you're building a brand for a company and it's not really personal to you, like you're not talking about you personally on the page, then I think a logo is acceptable. But if you're building a page and it's not ownership of a company, it needs to be you, because people don't want to connect with a company, they connect with people. So if you have a logo or something that looks salesy in your avatar, people will not even look at you. They won't even check into your social media platform because they already have that label across your forehead, I'm a salesperson. So if you want to decrease the reputation of I'm going to now stalk you for sales and joining my business with me, then you want it to be a picture of you. So not that pretty sunset or the cute cat you just got, but because you change it so much, people are going to forget you. So you have to pick a picture that's going to live for quite a while. What is quite a while? And that's a great question you just put there. How often should we change profile picture? That I'm going to leave up to you, but I personally would suggest as long as you can. So for instance, I recently just changed mine, I want to say back in around November or so, I can't remember exactly, because I just had new headshots taken, and the ones that I had there before, I just wanted a different one because I had it for so long. So if you, again, look at the people that you follow that are famous in their own right, and you can recall their picture. Their headshot has been pretty much that headshot for a long time. It's because we burn that into the memory. So your mentor says to change it every week. I'm going to personally disagree. And again, you guys, of course, follow your mentor because you're forgettable. When you change it every week, when you change your headshot picture every week, you're confusing people. They will not remember who you are. So think about, again, your own habits. When you come back to someone's page and it's a different picture, you're like, wait a minute, what was this the person that put those recipe ideas up? I can't remember. And then you just say, whatever, I'm going to look for something else. Too much is too much. You can, of course, change your cover photo more often. You could do that once a week, but not your headshot. I mean, again, take my advice or leave it, but just something to consider. Okay? So how you guys feel about that? Are you good with number 3? Have you any questions on that? Let me know. How often do you change your cover photos? Sally, that's a great question. You can change that as often as you want because, of course, it does go into the feed. But I would just always be aware of that's another post going into your line, even though you can hide it. If you've got something to offer, then change that cover photo. So for instance, if this week you're running an exclusive promotion for people to join you in something, then put that. And then say, for instance, you're speaking at an event coming up and you want to promote that you're speaking at that event, then you go for that. I just missed that long one. Do I recommend professional pictures? I think that's what it said. I do recommend to get a good quality picture for yourself. And if you can't afford right now to get a professional picture, then I would just suggest get ready one day and go set the tripod outside or somewhere where there's fantastic light. So if you have a Diva ring light, you can use that. But if you don't have great fantastic light, then go outside. Best times to take pictures outside are between 2 and 4. And of course, you know you can't face directly. The golden sun is the best sunlight to take. So kind of more where it's setting, that is the best one. Family pick or individual. What do you guys think? If you're trying to build a business, what do you think that the person should have? A picture of their family, so their kids? Or do you think that they should have a headshot of themselves if they're building their own business? What do you think that they should have? These guys will answer it for y'all. So we see a lot of people are saying, yes, overcast is awesome. That's right, Ed. Individual. So does that answer your question? Because again, yeah, your kids are cute, but I'm sorry, they're cute to you and maybe your family members, but a lot of people, they're not building business with your family. They're building it with you. They need to get to know you. So that's the other reason, the kind of sub part of it all, is you need to have photos of your life. So for instance, when I'm trying, yeah, have your family on your banner. That's a good point. The James on 5, I think that said. That's a great one. You could put your family in the cover shot because that then lets people know quickly you're a family person and you may be just like them. You may have 6 kids and they have 6 kids. So you want to make sure that, you know, it's discovered somewhere because you need to come across like a human and not a salesperson because salespeople are not human, right? Well, we could say that. Does saying I'm a health and fitness coach fall into the salesy category? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's up to you in terms of how you want to define what you do. I personally don't suggest that people use health and fitness coach unless they are credible and can actually validate and say that, like you've got the license and the certifications to doing so. So that's up to you in terms of, you know, exactly what you're going to use on your titles. But that's it. So are we good? Number 4 that was, right? Oh, no, that was number 3. Whew. I got 2 more and then I'm going to give you guys my little scoop of what I'm going to be doing with y'all. So good? Are you guys good with that? 3 steps. So again, to recap again, first one is talking about nothing, posting about kind of nonsense, crap, stuff that doesn't really create conversation. And then 2 is not committing long term, so not committing to the platform long term and kind of going MIA. And the 3rd is not having a consistent headshot amongst all your platforms and your name. Want to brand your name as much as possible. So yeah, you might want to brand Christine loves Jordache jeans. Like that could be my thing. So I could call myself Jordache Christine. Ooh, I love Jordache Christine. That's it. That's going to be my Facebook name. Facebook.com/Jordache Christine. I love Jordache. Like that's me. I love them forever. Forever? Because that's going to eventually die, right? Fashion changes. So if you brand yourself a specific niche name, even though you love it, no. You may not love it in 10 years, and now you have it forever. You know, think about that. So always brand your name on all your platforms. I always suggest you brand your name because wherever you go, right? It doesn't matter which business you do because you can do different network marketing businesses. You can start your own entrepreneur businesses doing a sock shop, or you can now do an ice cream store. You are still always you. So brand your name for sure. All right. Any other questions on that one? And then we're ready to go on number 4. Let me know by saying yes, thumbs up, tap the screen. Let me know so I have that. I haven't branded sneakers and stilettos. I haven't. Oh, you're talking to someone else, I think. How often should you post to your social media? That's a great question, and I can definitely follow up on a Periscope with that because, of course, that's different. Founder of something. I missed that one. 4. Okay, so you guys are ready for number 4. Okay, the 4th biggest mistake a lot of entrepreneurs make that kill their business is they do not completely fill out the bios and the about sections. Those are so important for you to fill out. So now let me just talk about Periscope here. So Periscope, if you haven't already figured this out, that search field is not just to search for someone's name. You can actually put in key terms, and those people that have those key terms in their bio will come up. So for instance, say you love cake decorating and you want to find other people on Periscope who are doing cake decorating. If you go in that search field at the top there and you write cake decorator, you're going to pull up everybody who put cake decorator in their bio. So the terms in your bio are searchable and found on all the social media platforms. So for instance, in Facebook and Instagram, that they've got the relationships, amongst with Google. I mean, for instance, Google and YouTube are in bed together, that if you put any of those in your bio, they find them, they rank them higher on the search terms. So those are really important that you fill them out. And the other thing is when someone's trying to learn about you and they go to your bio, that's the first thing that they do. And then it's not really kind of descriptive. They might click and say, well, where is this person? What do they actually do? And they click on the about section and they're looking and like, there's nothing. They didn't fill anything out. That to them says you're not a serious business person. Basically, if you can't even fill out your about sections or a complete bio or even put your URL where they can find more information about you or what you have to offer, if you don't have those filled out, to them, you're a novice. You're an amateur. They're not going to work with you. They're going to go find someone else because a business person has all those fields filled out. And you want to ensure that they completely describe what you do for a living and use those key terms because those key terms are searchable. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that compliment. I appreciate it. I missed your name because it was fading away. So does that make sense then? Those key terms are searchable. Now, the bio, if you are like, I don't know what to do, how do you get the vertical lines in your bio? That's a keyboard. So it's either a special fancy keyboard if you're using your phone, or on your keyboard, if you look, are you talking about like, can you see this? Where is it? Where's my cue? Like that one right there, is that the one you're talking about? Let me know. I don't know if that's what you mean, because there it is. Okay. Should your handle be your name? I think every platform you definitely need to have your name, your handle. So for instance, all these broadcasters are having to call out your names and we love you guys being on here, but it's really hard to come in and then try to figure out what some of the code names mean. So, it's up to you in terms of if you're branding you, if you want to use a name, totally up to you. And some platforms you can't change it and you're just going to have to keep it. And that's just the way it is. Okay. So no big deal. What if your name is popular? Yeah, and that's very common. So there's ways around that, of course. You can, add a middle initial. Or my friend Jimmy Hayes Nelson, he also is on Scope. He put the Coach Jimmy. So some people have put the. For instance, I follow Alex Kahn, and he put one Alex Kahn. So you could do that. Just figure out different ways on how you could definitely do that. Oh, I have static? My mic is sitting actually right here attached to my big mic. I don't want to move that because now it's going to make it. So are we okay? So staticky? Worse? I am sitting still. There's nothing. Better? It might be Periscope. Because I'm honestly not moving a thing. The mic is sitting like right there attached to a mic. So maybe I won't touch the desk. I don't know. Is that it? Like leave my hands off the desk? I haven't done anything. It has to be Periscope. Oh, that's so funny. It's got to be Periscope, guys. Sorry. Because I'm doing absolutely nothing and it's like pin drop quiet in my house right now. That did it. Woo! That's so funny. All right. Well, we're going to have to keep going because I'm not changing a thing. I'm not touching anything. Everything's like super still. The only thing I did do was that keyboard up. So maybe that was it. I don't know. Maybe it was just mad at my keyboard for the Bluetooth. Let me move that. Bluetooth. You stay over there. Okay. You're all ready. Next tip on number 5. Number 5 is good. Okay. Ready to go? Because we're about ready. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to let you guys do, and I'm going to test this out tomorrow. So I want you to be able to do it for me, please. Okay, so we got a next tip. Anybody else have questions? If you're ready for number 5, either say 5, thumbs up, or holla, or yes, or something. Let me know that you're ready and you don't have more questions on what we've already talked about. While you guys are letting me know, again, my name is Christine, and I help people build their businesses in network marketing predominantly, but I'm that systems girl. I figure out systems and I teach you to duplicate it because you can't have success only. You got to help other people to have success. Okay, cool. We are good to go. Holla. That's, I think, I shouldn't say that anymore. Every time the housewife of New York City girl says it all the time, I'm always like, oh, that's so out. You should probably retire that baby. Okay, number 5. The 5th mistake a lot of people do in their social media forms are they have too much automation. So I know people have jobs, jobs, but here's the thing. If you are working a couple strong platforms, so now for instance, you could have multiple different platforms, right? So you can have the Instagram and the Periscope and the Twitter and the Facebook and the LinkedIn and the Pinterest and the YouTube. So you can have them all, but you really have to put a lot of strong focus on you personally developing 1, maximum 2. You can't develop all of them equally. So you can have outsource and have people do it, but my recommendation is never hand over your platform for someone to update or manage or put content on unless you've learned that platform inside and out and you can convey exactly what your message is supposed to be by that person that's going to be outsourcing it. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's, again, a whole other topic we talk about. But if you've only got 1 to 2 strong platforms you are focusing on to put quality content up and you have a full-time job and you automate what you put up. So say, for instance, you use third-party sources like Hootsuite. Hootsuite is one of the more common ones because it's free. The problem is that some of the websites don't like that. So some of the social media platforms do not like auto-scheduled automation. They favor live activity. So the best way to go about it is if you have to, of course, go ahead and schedule it just so that you have your content going up and you don't forget about it. But say, for instance, you are just choosing Twitter and you know that you have a greater amount of audience on around lunchtime. Well, then that's what you're doing at your lunchtime is you're going into the bathroom stall or going outside and sitting on a bench and doing a mass amount of content update on Twitter. Now, Twitter's a different animal. You can do a huge amount of information on Twitter and it's okay. You can't do that on Facebook though. People get mad at you when they start hiding your stuff. So if you're using Facebook is more about quality than quantity. So if you are very limited to be able to put up content, then you want to make sure that when you are putting something up, it's of huge value and that people really want to communicate on it or share the conversation or share that information that you passed on. And you want to make sure that you do it at an opportune time. So again, whatever your niche market is, discover when are they online. And then that's, of course, when you want to schedule yourself to go do it. Everybody that has a JOB by state requirements or province requirement is allowed breaks. You have to have breaks. And on those breaks, that's when you should be doing your content to make sure that you're active on those sites that you need to. Okay? So is that making sense? Let me know. Oh, you're so kind. X-Ray Tech 76. That's me too. X-rays in the house. That's right. Ooh, I'm so glad you guys are learning so much. You know, I was going to just do 5 tips, or 5 mistakes, but then as I was really kind of putting them together, I was like, there's a lot more, and I don't want to just cheat them on them. So I'm sorry this is going to be a longer scope, but these are really important. And again, number 10 is one of the stronger ones. So perfect. And yeah, everybody is so helpful in here. So thank you guys for answering other questions that I miss and that you guys are really being helpful with each other too, because of course the feed is sometimes hard to see. So I really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got through 5. So the first one again is, let me read them so I make sure that you're not just posting about anything. Just because you feel you need to get a post up, you just put something stupid up and it's really kind of stupid, offers no value. And you'll know quickly when there's no communication on it, there's no like, and it's like, all right, so you probably should delete that. The second step is not committing to the platform's full term, long term, that you are excited immediately, but then you kind of dissipate and fall off. The third is not having consistent headshots amongst all social media platforms and your name. You want to brand your name as much as possible. And then the fourth is not completing your bio or your about section. If you don't know how to complete a bomb, awesome bio or the about section, did you guys know I ran a scope on this and I handed out a worksheet that's a fill in the blank done for you, Mad Libs? go get that. It's a video that's on my youtube.com/Christine Dwyer. Just go through. I'm putting all my Periscopes up there, and look for the one that teaches you how to fill out your bio and your about section. I teach you how to do the one-liner, telling people what it is that you do in one-line sentence, as well as how to fill out a longer about section. It's fill in the blank, plug and play. Super, super simple. So make sure you go ahead and do that. And the fifth is having it too automated, too much automation and scheduled material. So hopefully that is helping you guys out. Perfect. Yeah, I've got a lot on there, and I'm also going to be driving you all to it. Okay, so XYZ, that's right there, GC Marsha, you got it. Mad Libs bio. It's totally so easy to fill out too. Awesome. So number 3, so again, 1 was posting about anything. 2 was not committing long term to the platforms. 3 is your headshots and your brand name. 4, your bios, your about sections. And 5 is having too much automation. So if your biz posts get low likes, I should delete it? Not necessarily, because you know what? I put something up and it didn't immediately get attention, but then after a while, all of a sudden it started to. So what I'm saying to delete is if it's something stupid you put up and you knew you shouldn't have, but you did anyway, and it's not getting any attention, and it's just kind of making your page look silly. Think of this. If you put up a post and it's not a great one, it's better to delete that, because someone who doesn't know you is going to come and see your page for the first time, and the first thing they do is they scroll down your page to see what your posts have been, and that's their first deciding factor of who you are and what you offer. And if you have stuff up there that is not offering the information that they want to get from you, then they're moving on. There's going to be someone else that's better than you that's putting valuable content out there. So I would just suggest getting rid of that, so that you make sure that you're not just filling up your page with a bunch of nonsense. That's it. Okay, so you guys good? First 5 done? Should we take a nap and then wake back up again to this point? Oh, yeah, see, exactly. So sometimes if you do have a big business post up there and you got some personal messages from it, most of the time it's because people didn't want to put their dirty laundry out on a comment, and they may private message you. So if it's relative to your business and it actually is information and teaching, keep it. But if it's something stupid that means nothing, then I would get rid of it, you know? And I'm not saying business-wise, because business teaching tips are fine, but I'm just saying that you put a post up there saying, look what I found at the store today, grapes. Like, who cares? You know, something like that. You should totally have a social media week platform info a day. That's a good idea. Thank you. Happens to me all the time. My friend was in business one day, then told people, oh, F you. Okay. That's awesome. Totally. All right, so here's what I'm doing, and I want to start trying to do this, and I totally want to test it out tomorrow. So if you can help me out, I would love to be able to feature you. So what I want to do is I want to start featuring your audio on my scopes, okay? So if you've got a question, I want to do a Q&A scope, but I want to answer your question by your audio. So has anybody seen anyone doing that yet? I personally haven't. And I think that is just one strong area, because you guys are so faithful, you're so helpful, and you ask a lot of questions, but sometimes they don't get seen. So I want to be able to ask you guys doing this. So cool? No one's done it yet. So like I'm doing something and you got to pass it on and say, she did it. Nobody else did. No, I don't care to be that person. But my goal, honestly, to let you guys know is I'm really diving deep into scope, because I really want to learn so much about this, because again, my job as an entrepreneur is to figure things out for people and then break it down so that all you need to know is the cliff notes that work. That's my goal. I want as many people to have as much success as possible, and I want you to be able to do that. So all I'm trying to do with scope is figure out the best usage for everything, and I want to be able to do that. So this is what I would love for you to do. So if you want to play, go ahead. Now, I don't care what the question is. It could be relative to anything that you want to ask. Now, predominantly, I do help people build their businesses as independent contractors in network marketing. I have studied, and I'm pretty dang good on social media. I don't think you can ever say you're a pro or an expert. I have fantastic culture creating skills. Obviously, I've got the largest network in the company or a downline in the company that's not easily able to do. And I'm able to build referral networks. I can help you in many independent contractor positions, any question you guys have. So here's what you're going to do. If you want to play, I'm going to scope tomorrow. So I'm going to scope tomorrow, and I usually do it in the afternoon, but I will probably, it's usually between 12 and 3 Central Standard Time. My Instagram is my name, Christine Dwyer. So, and I don't have an hourly rate. So thank you so much for considering asking me to be a consultant, because I've gotten a lot of people asking me to be hired out as a consultant. And honestly, I'm honored and humbled by it. But where I'm at, I focus on my network marketing business that I'm in. So I personally mentor people who are actually doing the network marketing business with me. But I publicly train people in any company, because doesn't matter which product you're selling or what business you're building, these are skills and skill sets that apply to everything. So if that makes sense. So I'm sorry I can't be hired out as a consultant, because I honestly don't want to do that to my life. I don't want to be working with onesie people adding on, because it's a different animal. At least now I can control the animal that the majority of the people are in. So hopefully that's it. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. If you want to play and you want to see if this is going to work tomorrow, and I think it will, I just don't know why it wouldn't, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do a question and answer tomorrow afternoon. So that means you pretty much have tonight and tomorrow morning to submit to be on for tomorrow, possibly. I'm hoping to feature as many of y'all as I can. But the great thing is that I can capture as many of y'all as I can, and I can use them in my podcasts. So if you don't follow my podcast, The Platinum Edge, I'm going to be doing it on there too. So I'll be featuring your there as well as here. This is what I want you to do. You're going to go to speakpipe.com/ what do you think? Christine Dwyer. There you go. Speakpipe.com/ Christine Dwyer. And if someone can just comment and put it there, and I'll read it to make sure that it's been said appropriately. So can someone type that out? Speakpipe.com. I should just write it too. Let me see. I got my little to-do list. The Platinum Edge has a podcast. So I do have a conference, and it's called The Platinum Edge. And I have a podcast that I titled The Platinum Edge, because, so this is all one URL. All right, so, yeah, you guys got it. Just making sure. Making sure that there we go. Speakpipe.com/ Christine Dwyer. This is where you're going to go and submit your question. Not any coach, so only Platinum Presenters coaches. So obviously it's no secret, I am in Team Beachbody is my network marketing business that I do. It's a health and fitness business. But my conference, the Platinum Edge Conference, the live one that is held here in Dallas, is only exclusive to my downline, Platinum Presenters. So I'm sorry, but the content I put out on, or I put a podcast out that has a lot of training and content, but my conference is exclusive just to my downline at this time. Oh, you're so kind. I appreciate that, Allie. So you guys good? So who's gonna submit a question? And the question could be about anything that you want. And what I'm gonna do tomorrow is a live Q&A, and I'm going to play your audio. Here's what I want you to do, okay? Because I want you to get traffic, publicity. Is that the right words? I know, isn't my whiteboard awesome? It's like from the dollar of from Target, and it's already broken. It all works. That's what I put my daily to-do list on. Awesome. I see you guys are going to be doing this. Perfect. So speakpipe.com. Oh, someone was already doing this. Someone already said they did it. Dang it. Well, anyway, I don't care. We're going to totally do that. Lewis, you do it. You do it, Lewis. You're probably now going to go ahead and jump and do this as well. Lewis Howes is on, and he's so freaking awesome. If you guys don't follow Lewis Howes, go ahead. LEWISHOWES. He is the School of Greatness. And if you don't follow him, you got to. He's got a podcast as well, and of course a scope. So I would love for you guys to go to speakpipe.com/ Christine Dwyer. And before tomorrow afternoon, so I'm going to be doing a live scope tomorrow between 12 and 3. I just got to make sure I work out, because I get too obsessed with this. And then before I know it, the day's over and I didn't work out. So I got to make sure I work out first. So put your question. I don't care what the question is. And then I'm going to do a live Q&A answering your questions. Now, it may not be exactly tomorrow that I get to feature them, depending on how many of you guys submit, but I also want to feature this on my podcast. So again, I have a podcast, The Platinum Edge. This is what you need to make sure that you put on. You need to, of course, say your name. And if you have a website that you want to drive traffic to, make sure you say that. So for instance, I'll give you an example. And then if you have a handle of where you want someone to follow you, put 1. Don't say, and follow me here, and follow me there, and follow me everywhere. No, and then just say your question. So you could say something like, Hey, Christine, this is Joanne, and I am over at joannelovesfabrics.com, and I got a great question for you. Here's my question. And if anybody wants to check me out, of course, go to this website, and here's my facebook.com/JoanneLovesFabrics, whatever it is. Okay? Does that make sense? So just at least tell people where they can find you, and you don't have to have all of that. Say your name, and of course, give people at least one place they can find you, and then say your question. And I want to be able to do a live Q&A tomorrow. Okay? I'm excited. You guys ready to go on number 6? Did we wake up yet from the nap? Tap if you woke up yet for the nap. Like, I got to tap the screen because we got so much content here tonight. Number 10, remember, is the most important one for your social media platforms, and the biggest mistake a lot of people don't do or do. So I got to make sure that you guys stay for that. If you are ready to go on number 6, let me know. Oh, he's so awesome. Isn't that person so awesome? See ya. Love it. Bye. Okay, cool. You guys ready to go on? I do love Joanne Fabrics. I just had to go on and buy a ton of stuff to decorate a bucket for my daughter's cheerleading, because that's what they do down here in Texas. You guys are ready. Number 6. Let's go. 6, posting and running. Posting and running. So if you put up content, I don't care where it is, whatever social platform it is, but strongly, of course, on Facebook. And of course, Facebook is one of the stronger ones where I will talk a lot about, because that's kind of where the world lives. So Facebook is, of course, one of the stronger ones. But all over a lot of the different platforms, if you put up posts and then you run, you do not communicate on it, then that is going to decrease your visibility and also people wanting to communicate with you. How would you feel if we run these scopes and all of your questions that you guys ask, the broadcaster never, ever, ever acknowledges you're there? How would you feel? Would you ever come back on their scope again? Would you ask them questions? Would you give them hearts? Probably not. Because you'd be like, would you answer my damn question? Like, seriously. No, that's the same thing. When you post and run, people don't care. They don't want to stay there because they are giving you props. They're liking your stuff. They're saying, oh, that's a cute picture of your kid, whatever that you put up. And then you don't even go back and reply and say thank you or like what they said or comment when someone asks a question to you, clarifying it. So make sure, here's the thing, especially on Facebook, is there is an analytics tool. I'm going to give you a secret website. This is a secret website. No one really talks about this one, but this one's a great one. It's called Likealyzer. Likealyzer. I'm trying to enunciate so y'all can hear it. Likealyzer.com. And that one gives you an overview of what you're doing good on your Facebook page and what you're doing bad with. And that one is going to be able to tell you exactly how you can improve. So that's a good one to go to. But the problem, again, is if you're not appreciating what people are giving you attention. No, it's with a Y. So Likealyzer with a Y. So no I, Lyzer, Lyzer, I believe. And if you Google, hey, it's going to come up. Yeah, I believe that's it. Likealyzer. Google, it'll come up. Do that, and you're going to get a whole analytics on your Facebook page on how good you are, how you compare to other people and all. But the thing is, again, that you need to stay. In Facebook land, you get a higher rating of being an awesome person to Facebook if you stay and communicate with the person under 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's huge, right? So do you suggest tagging them back as well in the comments? Completely. So I know, for instance, sometimes I can't tag someone's name either when that's exactly it. So Rochelle Sanch just said exactly it, likealyzer.com. So I know, for instance, I will be going through the comments and I'll be tagging everyone. Every time I respond to someone, I always hit reply. I talk back to them, even if it's just saying, thanks so much. I might say the same thing to everyone, but I will tag their name back because, again, that's making sure that they see it, but also Facebook likes that. But then if I do too many, some of the times, yeah, that's it. Ed is saying it exactly. It's social media. That's why they're there. We need to interact. It's a conversation. I don't know, again, maybe my rings are too close. I gotta back up or something. So the thing is that sometimes I will put someone's name again and it won't tag them anymore, and it might because I'm doing so many at once. So the best thing that you can do is try to do it within under 5 minutes reply to someone. So when you post, stick around. That's it. And when someone comments, so say for instance, like Living Fit with Cheryl just commented on a post that I put up, I would reply on her comment. So you'll see right there, it says like and reply. You just reply in her comment. And then that's what, I don't think the static's my fault either, because I'm seriously, it's like dead in this house. My dogs are not even fighting up against my door. Like, I took them for a ridiculously long walk, and I didn't plan on it, and I didn't use their cinch pinchy collars, and I was like, I'm going to try it tonight. And they were the worst walkers ever. And I did a long walk, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. You're wearing those pinchy collars. I don't care. And it was, they're exhausted. They're not going to fight. It's when I touch the desk. Thank you. Let me move the mic then to my shirt. I got it on my shirt now, so now if I just breathe heavy, you guys are going to hear it. Okay. So does that sound about right? You guys good on that? 6, done. Touch desk to stop. Right on. I don't use the reply. I think that's the Facebook thing trying to trick us with. I don't think so. I honestly think you should. I would suggest that you definitely do it because, again, it's just constantly trying to figure out Facebook, and they're constantly changing things around, and you just got to play the rules. Follow Mari Smith. If y'all don't follow Mari Smith, she is amazing. So her name is spelled M-A-R-I Smith. Now, I actually put it out to the universe. This is funny. So as I have a conference called the Platinum Edge, and I follow Mari because she is known as the queen of Facebook. She knows Facebook so inside and out that recently Facebook hired her on to be a trainer for them. That's how amazing she is. But it was funny because I follow her so much, and when I was doing my conference here in Dallas, I just tweeted and I said, I'm dreaming of having Mari Smith speak at my conference. And then she replied, and then little did you know, I brought her in, and she was the keynote speaker for my conference. And it was amazing because she was awesome. So it's like you never know what you're going to be able to do through social media. Yes, Mari Smith, she's it. Your right side, push it in. Good? You guys want number 7? Let me know. Comment, either with a thumbs up, a high five. Quick, check your plug-in mic, give it a jig. Okay, let me try that. Yay, this mic, right? Okay, I am pushed in hard. You never know if you don't put it in there. Worse? Better? Perfect? Fixed? Worse. No. Christine, it's a connection in front of you on right. What? I don't know what you mean. I think we're good, right? Thank you. Let's go on. Number 7. I call this PAD. P-A-D-D. Perfect? I'm not good? It's better? Why are y'all saying some's good, some bad? It has to be then, it has to be Periscope then, okay? All right, P-A-D-D. You know what that stands for? PAD. Okay, PADS. Post attention deficit disorder. What does that mean? I made it up, just so you guys know. P-A-D-D. Posting attention deficit disorder. So posting attention deficit disorder. Too much. Way too much. You're posting way too much content on there that is driving people away. People start hiding your content. And when you start getting a lot of your content hidden, your rankings go down. So people will start unfollowing you, and every platform has those analytics and tracks that. So, no, I'm not on an iPad. I'm on my 6 Plus. Good, it was mic plug. Okay, so that's the thing, is you need to be careful that you're not overly posting. And again, it's called posting attention deficit disorder. So ADD, obviously it's a play on that, and I'm not making fun of that at all. I think I actually have it as well. I really do. I've never been tested, but I understand that. My son has attention problems as well. But that's how people treat a lot of social media, is that they go into posting attention deficit disorder, is they post a ton of content that is annoying people because it's just too much. And a lot of it is not of value. So let me recap while you guys are here. So while some of you guys have jumped on, thanks so much. My name is Christine, and I am the girl that will just figure something out for you. I will boil it down to Cliff Notes, and I will teach you how to implement it so that you can have huge success yourself and your team and organization have huge success as well. So we're going through the top 10 mistakes entrepreneurs make
in social media that crush their business in a bad way, kills it, knocks it down. So let's go through, recap. Number one, posting about anything, just anything in general that comes to mind. Doesn't make sense. Two, not committing long-term to the platform. So you're basically in it for a little bit, but then you're out. Third, the third mistake is not having a consistent headshot amongst all your platforms, as well as get your name on those platforms. So my name, Christine Dwyer, is pretty much on all the platforms as I can, except for two, because other people just want to have it. Four, not completing your bio section or your about section, and having URLs. So if you have URLs, put them there, okay? The fifth, too much automation, using auto scheduling way too much. It needs to be live. 6, posting and running. Post and run. Post and run. You got to post and stay for a little bit. Facebook gives you a higher grade if you respond to someone within 5 minutes or less. 7, PADD. PADD, posting attention deficit disorder, is you are posting way too much, it's way too scattered, and it's annoying people. They're hiding your stuff and they're unfollowing you. So that distracts. We good? Move on to number 8. How about it? Thank you so much for giving the hearts. I appreciate it. This has been the longest scope ever in the world, and I said I'm sorry about that. I was going to go for 5 tips or mistakes, but the 10 just really stuck to me. This is just really that important. Should be commenting and replying to show you are interested. Yeah, you guys are talking together. Invite your friends. Thank you so much. Share this. Yeah, thank you so much for reminding them there, Kitty Mom. Swipe to the right if you're an Apple user and just scroll down. You'll see share, and to share this off. Androids, you swipe up and do the same thing. I do need a drink for reals. No, that'll make my voice hoarse. Cool. Thank you so much. Oh, you're at work watching. That's perfect. Awesome. This is going to make you build your business. How often do you post hooks or about your business on your personal page? That's a great question, and what she's referring to, Living with Cheryl. Hooks are by Gary Vaynerchuk's book that he wrote, Jab, 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 Right Hook. Right hook is when you try to sell someone. Personally, for me, I rarely, if ever, go for a direct hard sale. I usually do a soft, a roundabout sale. So I obviously offer a lot of value a lot of the times, but when it comes to giving something that I'm going to be offering, I don't have a formula. I just know for the most part, always offer value. So I'm not always trying to sell someone on something every day. I would not sell someone every day. It depends on what you got going on. So for instance, right now I'm selling seats to my conference. Of course, I might be putting some promo out there. The reason I don't put that, for instance, on my social platforms though, is because not everybody can go. Only my organization can go. So you got to gauge on and watch how people respond to it. What's the difference between a like page and a profile page? Facebook requires that if you're going to have, basically the general difference, if you want to know, is profile pages are not meant for business building usage. It's supposed to be for like, hey grandma, look at the kids. Oh, we went skiing this weekend. Like that's what the profile page is supposed to be for. A like page is when you have something to offer. You're a company, you're a public figure, you're an athlete, or you're a brand. So you see the different categories and you want to do that, because now when you're running a like page, you now can run Facebook ads, which you can't if you just have a profile page. And you also can see analytics and insights to see who's your demographic, which age group follows you, where are they from, what time do your posts get seen and liked and interacted with the most. So you don't see that on your profile page. So you're basically like this with business, if you're doing business, like throwing stuff out there, trying to guess if it works. And honestly, if you're serious, you should be having a like page. And for way back a couple years ago, the thing is, I followed this rule to put my profile page dead. I made it a graveyard. So I opened up a like page, and I basically every so often on my profile page just told people, I'm not here anymore, I'm over there. I'm not here anymore, I'm over there. And I didn't offer value. Some people make the mistake of duplicating their content because they're so scared. Nobody's on my like page, everyone's on my profile page. Well, if you keep putting the content you're putting on your like page on your profile page, then why do they need to go to your like page? You're putting it all there anyway. So you can offer some value, and here's a quick little tip on that to get people to go to your like page, is on your profile page say, oh my gosh, you don't want to miss this awesome new exercise I just did, and it shaved off 10 pounds in 5 minutes. It's over on my like page. They're going to go. That's just it. I'm making stuff up, of course. Obviously, you know that's not it. So you can get a huge organic reach on your like page if you do it properly. Totally. Okay. I've had some videos. So for instance, I have a treadmill workout video that I did where the treadmill's off. That post, ridiculous organic. So it's just about your type of content and what people want from you. Okay. So you guys good? Moving on to number 8. Let me know because we are almost there. Number 10 is the best one. Video reach is huge. Yeah, do video. Do video as much as you can. It is hard to find the right type of content. I think that's what you mean. Learn the techniques. Coach Glitters in the hizzy. Is hizzy still cool? Probably not. Probably not. Not anymore. 2 to 3 times a day. I totally can do that. Thanks for putting the comments. I really appreciate that when you guys put in the comments what you want me to do for future scopes, because this is what I do. Following these scopes, I go and I read your comments and I see who the trolls were, of course, and try to make sure that I pay attention to them so I can block them if I see them again. But then I also will comment back to you on Twitter, but I also write down when you have a great idea that you want me to scope about. So if there's something that I'm not addressing or it's not this topic, I don't want these posts to be hijacked by a different off tangent scope. So put in the comments of stuff that you want me to do and I could totally do it. Let's move on. Okay, number 8 is you are a social media diva or social media devo, egotistical. So you will crash your business if you are, what is that? Prestidigitation? All that. If you're perfect, if you're the expert, if you seem like a robot, then you're not going to have a lot of people that follow you. So the thing is you really have to come across as I'm real. So I'm in the fitness industry. For the most part, the content that I'll put out there, I'm showing myself on a good day, and that's what they'll see. They don't think I have bad days because I'm not going to put up a lot of bad stuff about myself that's going to live on the internet forever. Sorry. But I have to let people know that I'm real too. So a lot of people don't know that I love sugar, that I don't eat organic all the time, and that I had IHOP this weekend and I had that new French toast cornflakey thing. Sure, I will let myself have indulgence here and there because I want to. That's life, and I want that stuff. I know where my limitations are. People need to know that. They need to know that about yourself. So if you constantly post on your platforms telling people what to do, I am so amazing. You're doing it wrong. Here's the right way to do it. If you're constantly saying, I never have an issue, but you all do, this is how you need to solve it. If you're constantly telling people what to do, you're the expert, or you're coming across pompous or not humble, that is a detractor. It's a mistake. People do not want to do business with you because you're showing your true character. So I think you need to work on your character first. Okay? That's what I would suggest. All right, you guys good? 8 down. My love of pizza will never go away either. Never. Never. We had it sometime this week. I don't know where we were, but we did. All right, so we on to number 9, and then number 10 again is the number 1 best one that y'all need to do. Ed, are you leaving? Are you walking away? Is that what you're doing? Don't leave. You ready for 9? Let me know. You guys are doing fantastic with staying up with this, and I'm so sorry. We all took a nap, so if you're just joining us, thanks so much. My name is Christine, and I'm the girl that will boil all this down for you. If you don't know what to do in your business, I figure it out. I bring it down to Cliff Notes. I teach you how to implement it ASAP, get success, and teach other people how to do it too. That's exactly what I do for a living. So I am ready to go. Let's do this. Number 9, these are the top 10 mistakes people do in their business that crush and kill and crash their business. So here we go. Number 9, not rolling with the changes or the platform. So these social media platforms change all the time. That's why you're obsessively watching all these scopers who are studying Periscope right now, constantly trying to see what's changing with it. How are people using it? Or what's someone doing new now? Oh, so now you could do this over there on Instagram? I didn't know that. So if you're not staying with the changes of the platforms, the couple that you're really building, if you're not constantly in school about it, then you're failing. So this was actually a conversation that I just had. We were out at the football field tonight. My son's playing 3rd grade and my husband coaches it. And one of my friends was there and he was saying, oh, so, his business is good. I'm like, oh yeah, just, always so busy. And he asked me this. He's in pharmaceutical sales. Okay. So he goes, so is there like a busy season or a lower than season for you guys? I said, well, if you look at my industry being health and fitness, of course the New Year's resolution is, the busier time of the season, but really, That's not the bulk of my business. I mean, my business, my livelihood, the residual income is not by me selling people a new workout program. My business is building people as entrepreneurs in this as a business. I help them create their millions or their success or whatever level of success in this business. So that there is no high time. There is no low time. That's all the time. The busiest season is me constantly being in school about the different social media platforms. That's what keeps me super busy because I predominantly build my business all online. And so if I am not constantly in training and seeking out information and studying and trial and error and applying, much like I'm going to do tomorrow with the speakpipe.com/Christine Dwyer, leave your question there for me because I'm going to do a Q&A tomorrow afternoon with your audio. I'm going to feature your voice saying your audio. And the good news is you don't only have one chance to put it. So no big deal. Say you screw up talking, redo. You can totally redo it, okay? But I want to try and learn and see how the best ways are to apply. That's my job. That doesn't die. So you have to do that with your platforms. You have to constantly learn and sink your teeth in them, the few, the one, the two that you are really building and learning. Because you can't just expect, I'm going to just do because everybody else says to put a picture up with your post and that works. No, because Facebook, as I said, they change how they work every week just because they like to keep us on their toes. Instagram's constantly changing too, especially since Facebook bought them out. And now Twitter, having this baby of Periscope, like who knows now, Twitter might become really cool again. You don't know. Twitter's really cool in famous land, but not with mom and pop land all the time. You know, you got to go where people are. I'm not communicating so much with famous people. So that's what you have to think about is constantly staying up in the times of the social platform of where you're working. So what's the best platforms for a newbie? I can't answer that for you because I don't know what your background is and where your people are. So what do you do? Where do you spend your time? Because the people that you're trying to work with are probably doing the same thing on that platform too. So for instance, if you spend your day watching YouTube videos, well, that's probably a good platform for you to choose because if you're on YouTube all the time, that's a great platform for you. If you find yourself constantly scrolling a Twitter feed on your phone, hey, that's probably a good one for you to learn because you're doing it. So just do what you love to do. Does that make sense? Are you guys ready? Number 10, any other questions? I honestly think every platform is great for finding new contacts, new people to work with you. It's how you use each platform because everyone can have those platforms and still do it wrong. I see a lot of people promoting. That's a bonus one. Let me say it right now. So this is the around the 10. The bonus tip or mistake is you're promoting, you're tattooing yourself, your business. You are not that company that you represent unless you own the business. Do you own that business? If you do, then you can totally brand yourself out. But still, it's still icky. People still want to see you and they want to see value. So again, I work predominantly with network marketers. And the big problem I see them do, and I see this all the time, pretending this is like the magical drink that gives you a ton of energy. And they're constantly like putting it up to their face and taking pictures of, oh, my precious. Like seriously, stop it. Stop putting that promo everywhere on there. People don't like it because that is going to drive people away. So if you represent another company, they are going to teach you to do that. Why? Because it's their company, of course. They want their business to be successful. So just because I'm in network marketing and I represent a health and fitness company, do you see me constantly bringing brands in these scopes here? Do you see me, if you go on my feeds, do you constantly see all that? No. I sprinkle it in every so often, but you do not see me tattooed up with it. This is annoyance. I'll tell you one of my annoyances is when you're talking about a topic. So this morning I talked on both Periscope and Facebook live stream about the difference between steady state cardio and HIIT training and the difference of science behind it. And the big annoyance, I don't think anyone did this, but this typically is what happens, is people will come on and they'll start dropping the names of the products that they can sell or that has given them success, quote unquote, so that they can get leads. So for instance, they'll say, oh yeah, I got those results using this product and this product too. It's amazing and it's so fun. I love it. For real, like just don't. And first of all, don't do that on another rep's page. You are the worst. You know what I do? When someone posts on my page that's in the same business as I am and they post in my feed telling someone in my feed where to go to work with them or to buy from them, you know what I do? I send them a private message and I tell them, that's just not good business. I'm sorry, but you're not going to do well. You're not. Can't stand it. Kills the industry. That's the truth. That is so the truth. You're not NASCAR. That's right. You're not getting paid to wear their logos. That is a great way to say it, for real. You're not in the MMA wearing all those logos on your shorts and getting paid. So stop it. Perfect. Number 10, here's the biggest mistake. You ready? Let's wrap this guy up. Number 10, top 10 mistakes business entrepreneurs do on their social media platforms that kill their business. The number one, top 10, the worst one is you don't have anywhere to send someone. So you can offer value, training, be amazing, have all of your content shared, have people like it, double tap it. They can do everything on all your stuff and you're going to be like, I love it. I got so many followers. Oh my gosh, so many people liked it and shared it. That's so awesome. If you've got people coming and then they don't know what you do or how they can work with you further, you have no place to send them. You are just sending business off to someone else and away. If you've got attention, at least have a breadcrumb to drive them to the place you want them to be. And that is, of course, having a website, an opt-in, a sign-up form to send people off to so that you can communicate with them in the future. Now, I did do a Periscope on this, teaching you how to set up an opt-in sign-up form and what to offer. And I go through a very deep dive into figuring out your brand. Go on my youtube.com/Christine Dwyer. Go watch that scope, and you can go then watch a longer video where I did a presentation at a training that we had, and I go through a deeper dive of how to figure out what to give away. Do not tell people, sign up for my newsletter if you want to stay in touch. Oh, because it's like, sign up for my newsletter if you want me to spam you. That's basically what it says, okay? So stop telling people to sign up for your newsletter. Stop it. Just stop it. It's not good. People want value. So if you're thinking about the people that you're working with, that you want to work with, what is their problem? What is their need? What is something that you can offer that you figured out or that you have an expertise on that if you just gave it to them and said, here, I figured it out for you. If you want it, just go get it. Don't you think people will do that? That's the same thing as for you guys to get any of the information that I'm sharing. For instance, if you go to theperiscopescoop.com, I give off so far 2 top things. One, I think that's the one with the bio. I think that's one of them. But the other one are the top tips on how to use Periscope, some hacks. So I teach you some of those things. So again, those are some things to consider is you need an opt-in form. And if you're using social platforms, you need to have the URL in the bio. And if you've got cover photo, have it in the cover photo that they can click right through it. So if you don't, you are throwing money in the garbage. And I'm not lying because you are losing the ability to stay in touch with people and have that future connectivity when you do have something strong to offer and to build a relationship. So the thing is that Mark Zuckerberg could say, I'm done. I'm tired of this Facebook. Close shop. What are you going to do? Oh, you don't have a list? I mean, what? You weren't building a list when you had all this free traffic following you? You weren't? That's what people are going to be thinking. So if you're a real business entrepreneur, you need to think like a business entrepreneur. Everything is about building connections, a network, and being able to have the ability to talk with someone outside of a social media platform, because you don't own those free platforms. You own the list that people decided to sign up for. So again, you can go to my youtube.com/Christine Dwyer, and you can, of course, go ahead and watch or get the information that teaches you how to set up an opt-in sign-up form, and that will help you out. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you guys staying on so long. I know this was a super long one. I don't even know what time it is. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. First time I've ever listened. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks so much. And Martin, I think it said. I'm trying to read your name from afar. Perfect. No link, but add call to action to body of photo. Exactly. So you don't want to put the link on the pictures because, again, that's just, people don't like that. But just tell people, hey, if you want my secret tips of, click here. And then you click on it, and then, of course, it pulls up the description, and that's where you put the URL. Good? What is it called on your YouTube page? How to create an opt-in and sign-up form, I want to say. I've been uploading all my scopes on there, so they are all pretty much the latest videos that I've been putting up. But I also do have a playlist for my live Facebook and scopes. How about building business in Pinterest? Thank you for that. We will definitely go and put that on the list of things to do. Remember, tomorrow, send in your audio question and answers. I'm going to do it tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to pick a few of you, see how many I can do. Depends on how many of you guys know. Learn the rules. I knew nothing until I learned it. What? That's right. She's telling you. That's it. It's all about the rules. Okay, you guys good? I appreciate you staying so long, and I'm sorry it was 10, but I just had to. Thank you. Recap the 10. Ready? Here we go, like David Letterman. And we got the bonus one too, remember? Okay, so 1, posting about just anything that comes to mind. 2, not committing long-term to the social platform that you're choosing to build. 3, not having consistent headshots across all platforms, as well as trying as best you can to get your full name. 4, not filling out your bio or your about section or having the URLs filled out of where people can find and get to know you more. 5, too much scheduled automation. 6, posting and running, putting a post up and then just never responding, never commenting. 7, PADD, P-A-D-D, posting attention deficit disorder, putting way too many posts up, that aren't relevant or just are annoying people. Remember, less is more, quality over quantity when it comes to social media. 8, social media diva, social media diva. You're too egotistical, too much of an expert, too untouchable. All right? 9, not rolling with the changes of each platform, constantly being in educational learning mode, constantly learning. You need to be able to figure out these platforms because they change all the time. I'm obsessively listening to podcasts. I'm obsessively on Mashable.com, Social Media Examiner. I am searching Fast Company. I am looking all the time to learn on how I can utilize each platform better and to know what changes have changed. And before that, number 10 was not having a place to send people to, so you don't have your opt-in form set up, or you don't have a way to get people to want to stay connected with you. And the bonus tip again was to not, or is the problem that they do is labeling themselves all the products and I've got 2 spots left to work with me this month in my business. No, you don't, because if 20 people came to you and said, I want to work with y'all, you'll take 20. So stop lying. People see right through that. So stop labeling yourself. You are more than a wrap. You are more than nails. You are more than a shake. Does that make sense? Are you really going to be that? Like, do you want to be defined as a weight loss drink? Like, do you want to be defined as that? Because that's what you're doing. You're annoying people. Does that make sense? Perfect. I'm glad this has been helpful for y'all. And again, thank you so much for this. If this is valuable, even on the replay, you can still share this. Apple user swipe to the right and swipe down and click share. Thank you. I love you guys too. Android, you swipe up. That's it. You do not work for your network marketing company. You work for you. And that's exactly why on these scopes, and I get a lot of people who are in the same business as I am, try to force me to teach them how to do that business well. I'm not gonna. Sorry. I'm not going to, because this is not what my platform is. My platform is in my control, and I'm able to help people become as successful in their business. So you want to know how to do your personal business exactly and what step to do? You can go ask your mentor, your coach, or whomever you're working with. I'm teaching you all the skills you need to be the best entrepreneur so that you don't have to depend on other people. You can totally depend on yourself. So hopefully that makes sense. Awesome. Glad seeing you guys on. I really appreciate you staying so late as well. I have no idea what time it is. Is it 2? Is it 2 in the morning? Because we all took a nap and then we woke up after 5 steps. I'm like so so over this 10, right? We did so much. Another amazing scope. Just shared. Thanks so much, Diane. I appreciate it. Go to bed. Diane lives up the street from me, so she needs to go to bed too. We got school in the morning. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks again. Ooh, 2 p.m. in Sydney. I got to go to Australia. That's on my list. Definitely got to go there. See, that's the cool thing about these social media platforms is we can meet people from everywhere around the world. And then when you do actually go to those locations, you can meet up and you're like, we already know each other. Like you feel like you already know each other. Wear and share. I feel like it's fine to do out and about, but honestly, if that's what your social media branding is about, and if that's all you ever wear, it's like puke, get over it. Because again, it's annoying. People always know that's what you're going to do. And they kind of sometimes don't even want to talk to you because they know that you're just going to talk about that. You know, they won't talk to you because you're always on that. You are not a person anymore to them. You are just a person that's going to try to sell them on something, you know? Yes, the video is here. Perfect. I meet you. Come to New Orleans. We can eat. Oh my gosh, yeah. When was I last in New Orleans? I was there. I got to learn how to say it correctly though, right? I was there one time. I was working when I was in medical x-ray, and it flooded. That Bourbon Street was like super rain, downpour flooding, and it wasn't the Katrina, of course. But I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could see this when it was active. It was all dead quiet because, of course, nobody was there. Seattle, Nolens. That's how you're supposed to say it, right? Yes. I should know because I watch Ellen DeGeneres a lot. So she's from there. Definitely. I've been up to Seattle. I've been, honestly, to out of the 50 states in the U.S., if I'm talking about U.S., I've been all over Canada and international. But in the States, I think I've hit 40 states. Because when I used to work in medical sales and applications, I was traveling all the time. And I think I hit 40 out of the 50. Perfect. I am so glad you guys got value out of this. Share this. Again, I'm going to be uploading this on my YouTube. I'm just trying to catch up with my other ones first. So this will be there probably in about a week or so. Just trying to, yeah, I know that conference doesn't really teach you too much, but it's good to just be connected, right? That's the good thing to go. Oh, I've always gone to Canada, of course, eh? I used to live in Buffalo, and I've adopted a little bit of the abouts, and I don't know, I sound Canadian a little bit. Yeah, I lived in Buffalo, and I used to do a lot of fitness trainings as well as medical trainings in Quebec and Ontario, Saskatchewan. I've never been to British Columbia, and I flew into Calgary and then drove over to Saskatchewan because there's a city that's on the border that's the same name city on Saskatchewan and also in Calgary, Alberta, in Alberta. And it starts with an L, Lloydminster, I want to say. I did an installation over there. So yeah, I've been a bunch of places over there. In Mexico, of course, love Mexico. I think we're just chit-chatting. You guys good? Wine country? Yeah, I did. And I did one of those spa places, and it was way back when I was dating my boyfriend when I was in my 20s, and I had to go there for like his work friends, and I was there with his work friend's wife all naked getting into a mud bath, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is just weird being naked with someone I don't know and spreading legs to get into a mud bath. It was just weird. I do the wineries I used to live in New York, so I'm an upstate New Yorker, the Finger Lakes. So I am outside of Fort Worth, so I'm in Dallas area, so yeah, the northwest side. So I've got a bit of a mutt accent because I've traveled all over the place, I think, too. So good. All right, I think we're just having a fun time now, right? You're going to be on tomorrow? I can't wait to hopefully feature you. I can't believe it won't work, but I want to do your live audios here on my scope. So tomorrow. Awesome. Can't wait to see you at Platinum Edge, Wendy. Awesome. Glad you got your ticket already. Perfect. Thanks again for putting more of those comments and ideas for me to do for future scopes. So again, in comments, it's not always just ask a question right now, but you can always just put what you want me to talk about for future too. Because I've done a lot. And if I don't know it very well, I of course will research a lot, but I'll also just give you my 2 cents on it and tell you that I may not know it perfectly well. I'll never claim to know something that I haven't done a lot of investigation and trial error on as well. All right, I think we are off. It's time to go and watch some shows. I got to go sit on my couch and watch my shows. All right, guys, check in tomorrow. Q&A, live audio featuring you. All right, bye-bye.